Welcome and listen the story. Spoilers ahead. When the focus is closer, Jennifer Walters begins to discuss a case. Even though it appears that she is speaking to the camera and the audience, Jane is actually presenting her mock case to two other persons before the actual case. A guy who appears to be a lawyer among the two individuals doubts Jen's capacity to succeed in the case and wants to handle it himself, but Nikki, a paralegal, appears to be quite upbeat. Nikki is also Jen's closest friend. They all exit the room as Jane mostly pays little attention to the man and concentrates on Nikki. Jane responds that she has absolutely no plans to bring the Hulk when Nikki casually suggests it just before she departs. Jane now talks to the crowd directly in front of the camera and discloses that she is actually a Hulk in disguise. A flashback in the narrative occurs. The narration is resumed by Jane. Her cousin Bruce Banner and her were traveling by car 3 months ago. In this image, Bruce is shown as a person holding a gadget. Instead of the integrated Smart Hulk form, Bruce tells Jane that the device's purpose is to maintain him in his human shape. When a spacecraft appears out of nowhere, Jane wrecks the automobile since she was talking to Bruce at the time. They both escape the collision with just minor scrapes, but Bruce begins to bleed, his gadget malfunctions, and his gamma radiation infects Jane, causing her to see a hazy reflection of the Hulk version of herself on the car's body. With no clear idea of what has occurred to her, Jane quickly goes into a nearby bar and uses the restroom. When many other ladies enter unexpectedly, they believe a male has mistreated Jane. Soon after leaving, she is taunted outside the bar by a few common creepy dudes. Then she snaps, briefly assumes the appearance of the Hulk, and the screen becomes dark, signaling Jen's passing out. She awakens at a beach house, but it quickly becomes clear that Bruce has transported her to his home in Mexico, a remote residence with a bar and laboratory below. Bruce admits that Tony Stark truly owned it and had given it to him. Jane is transformed into a Hulk as a result of fatal exposure to gamma radiation that originated from Bruce. Bruce tells Jane as they arrive at the facility. After hearing this, Jane appears perplexed, upset, and indignant. Bruce also discloses that Jen's blood is peculiar and that gamma radiation has altered it in some way. Jane could really be more powerful and talented than Bruce, as demonstrated by the fact that he was able to cure his damaged hand with it. In order to learn how to manage her Hulk form, Bruce begs Jane to stick around and practice with him. He keeps talking about how long he struggled with it, and it's clear that he feels bad and worries about Jane. But it quickly becomes clear that Jane, even when she transforms into the Hulk, can still communicate with and control her original self from within her skull. Bruce is shocked to see this but keeps working with her. After some time, Jane decides she wants to resume her normal legal career, and she and Bruce get into a heated argument over it. Jane is determined on being a lawyer and leading a life precisely as she did before. Despite Bruce's repeated assertions that now that she is a superhero, she can't return to the way things were. She also makes fun of Bruce's lack of a personal life, genuine visits to his friends and family, and his failure to deal with the trauma brought on by his time as an Avenger. Both of them become even more enraged as a result, and the argument intensifies into a tremendous, enormous physical altercation in which Bruce's bar is utterly destroyed. They quickly reconcile, and Jane helps Bruce repair his bar, which he and Tony initially built back in the day. Jane claims that she regrets criticizing Bruce so severely, but she is her own person and wants to return. This time, Bruce doesn't try to stop her and makes a pledge to always assist her if she begs for it in any circumstance. Returning to the present, Jane concludes her narrative and reveals that Nikki is the only one who is aware of the truth about her. She hasn't been the Hulk since returning. As Jane is giving her final remarks to the jury in court, a huge lady in a spectacular black and gold costume appears out of nowhere and bursts into the room, shattering everything. Everyone becomes extremely frightened, and Nikki pushes Jane to intervene as the Hulk, since it is her civic duty to do so. When the lady asks Jane who the heck she is after she transforms into the Hulk due to lack of other options, Jane responds, Jennifer Walters, attorney at law, before punching the woman with superhuman power and easily defeating her. Jane transforms back into a person as the police move to arrest the unconscious lady, fixes her clothing as if nothing had occurred, and assertively says she is prepared to make her final defense. Bruce reveals in a post-credits sequence that Steve Rogers' Captain America did not pass away a virgin.